I'm still laughing because Marlene and I just had a great rapport, and before you get to watch us, we get to joke around and laugh. With me is Marlene Lieberman from Senior Care Planning.
Excellent.
Okay. Took me 5 times off camera to get that right. What is Senior Care Planning?
So, Senior Care Planning is a geriatric care management business, and I'm an advocate for older adults. And my goal is to keep people as independent as possible while providing them with the resources that they need.
Okay, so you guys who know me can kind of understand why I brought her on, because my mom is going to be 86. And I would say about 5 years ago we took her car away. That was devastating to her.
That is the hardest thing to do.
She lives on her own. Her memory is so-so, not terrible. Her mind is great, but her walking is terrible. So as my dad passed away a number of years ago, she's home. She's not cooking properly, okay, because she doesn't want to stand at the stove. She's not buying the right amount of food, because food is a fortune. You're not going to buy a whole steak or a whole half-gallon of milk, because she won't use it all. And the worst part is she's not taking her medicines in the proper form. So now my brother and I go through a struggle of what to do. We didn't know that there are other avenues to help us out. So over time we found an independent living facility for her. So if I would have called you from the get-go saying, look, we took my mom's car away, here's the situation, is that the kind of work you do in helping me plan it out and move her and transition her into a different lifestyle?
Certainly. So the first thing that I would do if you called is I would say, you know, Wayne, I think the best thing to do is let's meet your mom, let me do an assessment, let me really evaluate what her level of functioning is, what her needs are, and along with that you have to really address things like finances and really what are people able to afford. So once I do the assessment, what I would do is make recommendations to try to keep your mom at home as long as possible by keeping her safe. So you talked about medication management. That is the hardest thing for older adults, because a lot of times their illnesses are related to poor medication management.
I totally believe that.
So what I do is I try to coordinate services with people in the community. A lot of things I do myself, but for example, I'm not a nurse. Mm-hmm. So I'm a social worker by profession and a certified care manager, but I would connect you with a nurse that could do pill box refills, that could help you along the way with your mom and making sure that she's getting the right medications. There are tricks that you can do. Let's say someone doesn't remember. There are devices that you could get for reminding someone if they're capable of using those devices, like little alarms, things like that.
They have major
Phone
machines
calls,
now that dispense the medicine
dispense it too.
on the time. But see, I had it easy because my brother and I both live within an hour of my mom.
But how easy is it when you live for an hour close to your mom and you have to get there? How do you manage those medications when you're an hour away?
That's me. What about the
Right.
people, what about you guys out there
Right.
that live in New York, New Jersey, Canada, wherever you live? How do you then take responsibilities that your mom or dad had and be able to work, live, take care of your own kids, and then take care of your parents who are 1,300, 1,500, 2,000 miles away? That's where you fall in.
Right, and that's a really good question. So many of my clients have family members that live out of town. They live far away. Some even live close and they work or they have other obligations with families. So what I can do is go in and do visits. However often families decide. I do accompany people to the doctor, so therefore I can get a handle on what is the doctor really sharing with their loved one. I communicate with phone calls. I love using FaceTime.
Okay.
I think FaceTime is a great way to connect families with their loved ones. Some people still use Skype, but email, text messaging, phone calls. It's a great way to keep people connected so they can get a handle on what's going on when they live far away.
So basically, you're a case manager for seniors and a blessing to the children that live far away.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's say they need a nurse. Do you help place nurses for them? Do you help place caregivers for them?
So in my professional career, I work with many companies that I really like and trust. And to me, having clients that live far away or entrust me with their loved ones, I want to get the best quality that I can find for them. So I work with companies that provide caregivers, that provide nurses, and I coordinate services. And the most important thing is recognizing that having strangers in the house is very difficult, and having the right match and the right personality is the most important thing. So I supervise and coordinate all of those services so the families don't have to worry that they have to do that from a distance.
Okay, so knowing my mom, who's 86, is a Spitfire, and very much like me in the fact that she didn't want anybody in the house because she didn't want somebody that she felt she had to entertain. Okay? This was her private space, and she needed some help, but you know, you don't know when they need help. And my mom, the factor that pushed it over was my mom fell 4 times. Now, again, we were blessed because my mom is pretty sharp, and she got pre-needs for funeral, and she got long-term care. So the long-term care pays for her independent living facility. What do you do when somebody doesn't have that kind of money and they are forced to live at home? Do you, I mean, are there programs out there that you can fix them up with or direct them to?
Yes, so unfortunately, there are limited resources when it comes to people who are middle of the road with their finances and need care. The goal is, and that's why the assessment is so important, is to see what can you provide for people with the resources that they have at home.
Right.
And if that's not possible, then yes, I take a look at what's out in the community. I do assist people in filing for Medicaid. If they need assistance with elder law attorneys or they need assistance with other things, I refer out to the community as well. So it really depends on everybody's needs.
You know, there are so many things because a lot of seniors live in Florida. And you who might not live in Florida, okay, who have family here, really have no clue of all that we have to offer here to help out. Now, I know other people that have their mom, and she needs someone around, okay, 24/7, but that ties them to that house, and they want to go out sometimes. So can you then say, hey, the times you want to go out, I can connect you, or I can get someone there to, I hate to use this word, babysit, okay? Because we go from being a baby to growing up to being a baby again.
It's called companion.
You're right. Well, you know,
that's a better word.
The Oriental culture has it perfect. If you go to Vegas, they have the luxury penthouses, and they have an American penthouse, and they have one for Orientals. And the American penthouse has a 1-bedroom. The whole place is 10,000 square feet. The 1 bedroom is 6,000 square feet, and then the other bedrooms are smaller. Okay, in the ones for the Orientals, every bedroom is the same size because you cannot disrespect your elder, and you have to be there to take care of them. We want to be able to do that, but we find it hard because we're constantly working.
Absolutely.
And that is where someone like you comes in and takes some of that pressure off. So you can really, when should someone contact you? I mean, at what point should someone say, you know what, my mom or my dad is having a hard time, I really can't do it, I need help? At what point should someone contact you?
So someone should contact me when they recognize there's changes going on with their loved one and they need some guidance in trying to connect them with some resources. Where people are feeling overwhelmed and don't know where to turn, then they call someone like me, which is more or less like a holistic approach and a one-stop shop to really walk them through and help them navigate along the continuum. So it could vary from, I can't leave them at home anymore, I need care at home, I live far away, I don't know what to do. It could be endless things. So that would be the best time.
You know, it's really important that we respect and take care of our elders. They took care of us when we were younger, and it's people like you that make it so much easier for us and make it so much safer because we don't have all the answers, especially if we don't live here. How do people get in touch with you?
So my name is Marlene Lieberman. My phone number is 954-806-6035, and my website is www.seniorcp.com, and that's for senior care planning.
Guys, check her out. It's really important. She does everything that you would have to do and takes that pressure off of you and makes sure it gets done right. With that, we'll be right back.